Welcome back for another video. I'm Eharbad, a free-to-play endgame player in Raid Shadow Legends. This is in fact episode 28 of the challenge series. The last one turned out to be episode 27. You know, we're a highly professional outfit on this channel, so no mistakes ever made. First things first, today, daily login, we have 650 energy, day 95. Let's collect that. Now, before we get into the actual photos to do a little bit of the catch-up, we are a few potions short on the superior of both the Spirit Affinity and of the Arcane Affinity. Particularly Spirit is the one we're going to have to go and do. And before we jump into that, in fact, the other thing we have to get done today is finish this champion training, which we have about 3,500 points left to do, which is a decent number. Yeah, got to be honest, that is a decent number. So we've got that 650 energy there, we've got another refill there, another refill there. Got to finish off those quests. We are also going to get the weekly reset, another 50 energy there, and we will get this sorted as well. Like I said, yeah, Spirit Affinity, I think it's worth doing that. We also haven't progressed to stage 20 yet. We never really quite had the team to do it, whereas I think now we kind of should, to be honest. Let's try and bring in Brogni. What Deacon Brogni is created. Let's see how this one plays out. Because I think it would be good to get those potions done today. We do have another potential opportunity to do it later this week, but because we have that 650 energy bonanza, I feel like it just makes sense to get it done today. Then I don't have to worry about it. I can then focus the rest of the energy today on getting the champion training done. I can also use some gems if required, which I think we probably will need to do. And ultimately, you know, that will get another legendary tome, which will help get us more points during the PRCVC that starts tomorrow. I will also anticipate using quite a lot of gems during the PRCVC. I haven't done any of the Spider tournament yet, and we've got the crossover of the Spider tournament with the CVC with the Dungeon Divers starting tomorrow. So essentially in that 24-hour window, we're going to do the entire Spider tournament farming Spider 20. So that's going to require a number of gems as well. We're being quite liberal with the gem usage on this fusion, and I think it makes sense given, you know, where we are on the account, the number of gems we have, and the amount of additional advancement we're going to get. Ultimately, I am going to get a copy of the Epic as well as a copy of the Legendary from the current fusion, and the combination of those two additional champions is essentially going to be the nexus for the Ultra Nightmare team. So I think being able to get Ultra Nightmare onto farm through these fusions, you know, then we'll be in a position to replace all of our resources via Clan Boss. So this team I think will work quite nicely. We've got a buff strip coming from Brogni. We've got the heal reduction coming from Cold Heart. We've got the TM control from Cold Heart as well. We've got generally pretty good survivability. We've got a decrease attack from Skaramis, a little bit of TM control from Skaramis as well, a bit of TM control from Deacon. So all in all, I think this is going to be a pretty solid team and should get us through to stage 20. I think ultimately I will improve it by adding Arbiter. That will make it 100% consistent because we'll have an AoE revive. But right now, Arbiter, she is not ready. I did put a few brews into her, so she's level 30, and I just threw on some absolute trash gear just to do faction wars with her yesterday. But yeah, like, I haven't worried about building her out properly because priority is going to be building the Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss team. So I'm going to ultimately rebuild every single champion on the account once we're in a position to do the builds for Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. And that's going to dictate how everyone else ultimately is built, what gear is left over once Clan Boss has been dealt with. Right, as this continues to run, let's jump over to the photos. So this is now Monday, this on Saturday, after I recorded the video, I fused another epic. I then went on the Sunday morning and had to do more Sand Devils. It's the third day in a row. I got that ridiculous quest to ascend an item, really wasting my energy and my time during the fusion, something I really didn't want to have to do. But it still made sense because, I got the extra energy refill for completing the advanced quests. If I hadn't done the farming there, I used basically less energy in doing the Sand Devil farming to be able to ascend the item than I got back from the advanced quest. So it's still worth doing, but it is annoying to have to do that during the fusion and very annoying to have to do it 3 days in a row. This kind of big energy crunch weekend. I then fused the 4th epic overall. So the 3rd epic that I fused, but the 4th epic that I had, because obviously I got the 1st epic from the Summon Rush last weekend. So that basically continued to tot up my champion chase points. Then I went and did High Elf stage 13. There's that Arbiter that I mentioned, just level 30, completely unascended, really looking a little bit unloved. In terms of the Ascensions, I'm actually saving those for CVC. It will require me to farm more superior arcane potions to be able to do the fusion and to ascend Arbiter. And I'll probably do that during CVC as well, to at least get some CVC points for the potion keep farming. But let's just see. It depends, how the gem count is looking and how our energy usage is. Managed to, through a combination of the champion training and the artifact enhancement event, get the 10,000 points in the event. So we got a little bit more mission progress going on. I then did go and forge 10 artifacts just to get that next quest done. I did consider saving this for CVC because, I would get additional points for doing the forge part. But I decided, because the number of points were going to be quite small, and I wanted the energy nodes from the tag team and the sewers coming up straight after, I thought I'd just do it now, get that energy, and put that to good use. I then was trying to stay in Bronze 3 tag team, so I just gave you one example of high-end, in inverted commas, fights within Bronze 3, me trying to maintain rank. These are the teams I'm currently using, which are basically just all my 6 stars, plus a War Maiden for drop defense. Cold Heart's not making the grade there, but yeah, we're now at the point of having 12 level 6, well, 12 6 stars. Skaramis and Genbo aren't quite, well, actually Doom Priest as well. They're not all level 60 yet. And actually, the base stats of being, level 35, 40, or 60 is quite materially different. So it's something I definitely need to get done. I do need to get Doom Priest and Skaramis up to level 60. My gear is not strong enough to support these champions at the levels that I have. That said, Doom Priest so far, I haven't really needed her, but I do expect to need to use her quite a lot once we are doing some of the harder bosses on Doom Tower. I think she's going to be extremely important for some of those boss fights, so it's something we're going to have to get sorted eventually, but in the immediate future it's not been a priority. The champion chase update yesterday was that I was then at 1915 points, so still nearly 600 points shy of the copy of the rare that we need. And there were a few different options in terms of what I could do. Here are the shards, so I could go and pull mystery shards. I could use ancient shards. I did have 1 sacred, and I did have 9 voids as well. So there were plenty of options in terms of the shards that I could summon. But in the end, I decided let's just pull the Supreme Elhain at 650 points. That'll get the job done. To be honest, I value my sanity as much as anything else. I have no inclination to sit here and summon 600 mystery shards if I can avoid it. And I avoided it by summoning the Supreme Elhain. It's another legendary on the account, another Void legendary. She will probably get built at some point. I don't know. She's a luxury champion, not a requirement at this point in time. In terms of booking priority, we've got Razulvarg first, then probably Arbiter, then probably Ronda. I'd probably even book Chronum ahead of Supreme Elhain. So she's pretty low down the pecking order in between now and the time I have enough books to book all of these legendaries. I'm sure I'll have got other legendaries that are going to usurp her in terms of investment. It could be, a Mithrala, a Drexar. Eventually we'll get to a high enough clan level that I can buy fragments for your Carl. There's a lot of other champions who I would want to build ahead of Supreme Elhain, but it made sense, just summon her. I could have summoned her during a CVC, granted, and get those points, but in terms of where my account is right now, it made more sense to get that champion chase done. There you can see the 650 points coming from that, and the rare champion secured. I then this morning had to beat a higher team power on Classic Arena, and I found this solo Torm in there, and I thought I'd throw my Brogni up against him. My bolster Brogni was able to get the job done. Did take quite a while, but I just started the battle on my phone and just put it in my pocket and checked a few minutes later, and the job was done. And then we have a clan boss chest today, got another ancient, and that's it for the photos. And during that quick run through of the photos, we've now beaten stage 18, 19, and 20. So that's all good. We're then going to sit here and farm stage 20 for a while. But before I do that and get all the potions I need, let's just go through and check what else we can do live. We've got the weekly arena reset chest, so a void shard and 70 gems. That's really nice. These could be usable. This could be pretty good. This is sold. Looking for speed on that, nothing. Speed. This is actually a really good pair of boots for an HP nuker. We do have a Magnar on the account. Again, not super high on the pecking order. Again, speed is a substat. Those are 4 pretty good pieces. And the last one is personally not good. So pretty good overall. We then, here, we're going to continue to buy the Drexar fragments. I have been a bit lax with Drexar. I find it quite difficult, to be honest, to remember every day at the exact time. So over the course of 2 weeks, I probably end up buying 12 or 13 fragments, not 14, because it just gets later and later and later. Yeah, and I think that kind of is the situation. Champion chase. Oh, that was one other thing I wanted to show, which is that if eventually ever loads, I don't know why the game's so slow at loading. Anyway, we finished 6, so we got another 100 gems coming in there. So in fact, even though I've used 600 gems over the weekend, we're back at 8,400. We've managed to recover a good number of gems just even as we've been using them. So I'm going to crack on with a lot of this. Oh, that was one more thing I wanted to show, in fact, and that is Doom Tower. I have tried a couple of times to do this, and I don't think I can, to be honest. I've tried it with the Scaramis, but because he's only level 35, he dies very easily. I can give it a go now. We'll try it manual. But basically, unless I get really good RNG, I just think it's too hard. What do you even say? The Scartosis do cleanse, and a heal, which is a bit of a problem. And then obviously we lose our buffs and we get drop defense on us. We can get a good amount of damage coming out from the Chronum. I'm just going to blast through all the HP burns. I'm going to use this to cleanse myself now. I probably should have saved it because the other... this is the problem. Then we have to survive this, but we take huge amounts of damage. Debuffed. Debuffed again. Got block debuffs on them. And then everyone dies. So the other option, instead of that, without Chronum we don't do much damage. If we assume we need the Deacon for the TM control and the drop defense to have a chance. The other option is try and use Rhonda here. Get the drop out. To provoke the second time round. It's annoying. And then it's a cleanse. You see, it's like, it's a really, really tough, tough wave. Like, really tough. I don't quite have enough accuracy either, to be honest. That's also a problem. This time we didn't get that many provoke stuns, so I'm going to have to use the provoke straight away. Got the resist again. Like, it's just not worth it. that's basically been my conclusion. I don't have the desire to sit here and try and beat this over and over and over. Because I just don't have 3 ways of crowd controlling. So essentially they'll be uncontrolled at this point, and then it's over, you know. We'll get the same issue again. Scartosis will do the heal, do the steals. It'll be bar buffs stolen. That then gets block debuffs out on them. Can't kind of get rid of their can't put their skills on cooldown. There's just very little we can actually do, to be honest. Like I said, I think if I had better builds overall, well, that was interesting. Not entirely sure why Miscreated just died. But yeah, it's not easy. Not an easy fight. Got block debuffs on most of them. And now they have block debuffs again. And now we're just getting caned. Getting absolutely destroyed. Yeah, I think that's overall going to be probably it for this video. It's not a super long one. It's just kind of give an update of where we are. We're progressing along. We've got CBC tomorrow. I will buy a TTA refill before the end of today. I did try and push Doom Tower a bit further, but it's too difficult right now, and we've only got what just under 2 days left before reset. I would have liked to have got the energy from Scarab here, but you know, it isn't to be, is the answer. I need to get better gear. It's one of those things, you know. I don't have the time nor the inclination nor the patience to keep trying it. Anyway, that's it. That's it for this video. Pretty incoherent one. Hopefully it hasn't bored you too much. As always, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.